Aloha and welcome, Jan Wakefield here. I just wanted to go over the channeling session disclaimer and agreement. So, first of all, I want to thank you for participating in a channeling session, whether it's private or public. I'm grateful that you're here. Please read and acknowledge this disclaimer before proceeding. Please understand the nature of services. The information provided during channeling sessions is for educational, spiritual, and entertainment purposes only. These services are not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, financial, legal, or other licensed advice. The scope of services includes insights, guidance, and information received during the sessions are to be considered spiritual and metaphysical in nature. Sessions may explore personal growth, spiritual development, and general life guidance. Information shared is not predictive and should not be taken as absolute truth. You maintain full responsibility for your own decisions and actions. Some important limitations. The practitioner, me, I do not diagnose, treat, or cure any medical condition. I cannot prescribe medications or advise about changing existing medications. I do not provide mental health therapy or counseling. I do not offer financial or investment advice. I do not provide legal counsel, and I cannot guarantee specific outcomes or results. Your responsibilities here are the following. By participating in a channeling session, you acknowledge that you are 18 years of age or older. You understand that this is not a substitute for professional services. You maintain full responsibility for your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You will seek appropriate professional help for medical, psychological, financial, or legal concerns. You exercise your own judgment in applying any information received. Medical and mental health notice. If you are experiencing medical or mental health issues, consult qualified healthcare professionals. Maintain your prescribed treatments and medications. Do not delay or discontinue professional medical care. Treat channeling sessions and channeled healing sessions as complementary to, not replacements for, professional care. Your agreement. By proceeding with the session, you acknowledge that you have read, understood, and agreed to the terms and limitations. Your participation indicates acceptance of these terms and understanding of the non-professional nature of channeling services. Thank you. I have been in communication with the Blue Healers. They have some information about the month of August. We are winding July down. It's getting toward the end of the month, and usually toward the end of the month, there is some kind of information about August. So I'm looking forward to that today. So thank you all for being here again, and we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and close your eyes and focus inward. Focus on your natural breathing. Focus on scanning your body now, checking in. What does it feel like in the 3D inner landscape today? If you are experiencing pain or discomfort, just notice where it's located. If you have tension in one area of your body or another, just notice where it's located. And check to see what kind of thoughts are associated with the experience you're having today. Do you feel excited for the day? Exhausted by the day? Do you feel a sense of anticipation? Are you anxious? Are you thinking about your children or your spouse, friends or family? What you need to accomplish? Wherever your thoughts are today, breathe energy into it, breathe expansion into it. Whatever's going on in your body, breathe expansion into it. And every experience that you have within your body has an anchor somewhere. So maybe anxiety is in the tension in your muscles around your face or your scalp or your neck. Begin to make associations between your physical symptoms, your emotions, and then maybe which energy center it has an affinity. So maybe you have anxiety and it creates heaviness in the heart. And maybe your thoughts that are racing around are giving off a signal in your low back in the form of pain. Simply notice what your body is telling you at this time. And now tap into what's going on psychologically. This important part of the human experience is also information. Are you feeling anything to do with the mind? And where in your body might there be a connection? Today, we would like to address information about the upcoming month of August. August will be about turning inward and finding your specific path that will set you on a course through the end of the year. This path may be illuminated brightly, where you know exactly what to do, how to step forward, or it may be just an emergence of information that comes to you as a thought, as something creative, as something unexpected. August itself is only a few days in your timeline of your life. And as you take a moment to consider what is going to transpire or emerge over the course of the rest of this year, leading you up to 2026, know that it may feel like a slow emergence for some of you, that ideas, creative ideas, or simply thoughts that bubble up will need a place to rest. So, for those of you who have creativity within you, you may want to create something that is representative of the information you are receiving about the course of action you will take through the end of the year. Others may choose to simply write it down on paper or to journal. Journaling will be a task or an exciting opportunity for many of you, and we recommend this as a process throughout August and the rest of the year. Writing down what emerges for you in sessions such as this one, in daily life where information arises, you will want to keep track because there will be steps along the way where you will want to look back at what you have written and you will want to refer to what you have written, what you have created, to understand and see the emergence of this new experience for you. This may be related to relationships, career, or health. But do know that after August is complete and September begins, speed toward the end of the year will pick up little by little until in the months of November and December, there will be an acceleration of experience in your life for this new opportunity. For those of you who resist change, who resist possibility unconsciously, you may find that toward the end of the year, you will have more of a desire to open the heart, create expansiveness in the body and in the mind, and you may be more agreeable to changes in your life. For those of you who are already champions for change in your life, and you love the process of expanding and unfolding, be mindful of the choices that you make. You will be presented with numerous opportunities. This is for those who truly enjoy the process of change. While change may be something in some people's minds that they like, the reality is within their bodies, they actually resist change. So the message too for August is adapting to and understanding and allowing to evolve your relationship to change. As you know, every cell in your body reproduces and changes in 1 year's time. And that means that regardless of whether or not you consciously choose change, your body is creating change. And so rest in the knowing and relax in the knowing that change is inevitable and that your life will change if you choose to or not. Our recommendation, in addition to this idea of change for the month of August, is to begin to write down what it is you wish to change. Maybe you have a living situation that is not ideal. Maybe you would like love and relationship. And maybe there is a health condition for which you would like movement. You would like expansion. You would like a hint of change. And you wish to have information that supports change is coming. This information can be written in your journal. Give yourself an opportunity to celebrate and feel blessed by even tiny changes in your body, in your psychology, in your relationship, in your living situation, in your work. Celebrate the small changes. It is sometimes when life is most chaotic that change, rapid and grand change, is not just on the horizon, but directly in front of you. And so stay present with your discomfort. Stay present with the challenges you feel in you and around you when change seems like it is not coming. Stay present with, too, the joy in the little changes that do happen. Maybe it is one small gesture toward you and for you toward your future. Change then could be that you feel intensely uncomfortable in your body because it is giving you symptoms of illness. But some part of you knows that there is something coming that will produce positive results for you. Sink into your heart, love the challenges that are presented before you, stand firm in your belief that you will be well, you will have the job you seek, you will have the comfort of love in a relationship, and that life is in the process of emerging into more coherence, more connection, deeper beauty, and greater light within you. If your eyes are still closed, we will begin with the breath through the heart. And so, once again, check in with your body. Breathe space into areas of dis-ease or discomfort, relaxing all the muscles in your body. And we will begin with the heart breath. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Continuing this breath at your own pace, that which is comfortable for you, we will continue to guide you. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 3. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4 and 3 at the same time. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in 6 and 5 to 4 and 3 at the same time. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4, 3, and 2 at once. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4, 3, 2, and 1 at once. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4, 3, 2, and 1 at once. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 5. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 5. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 5 and 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 6, 5, and 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 6, 5, and 4. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 6 and 5. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 6. Release front to back and up to 8. Breathe in through 6 and 5 to 4. Release from front to back and up to 8. Breathe in from 8 to 1 in a spiral. And release 1 to 8. Focus on your natural breathing, scanning your body for the space you have created today. If you are compelled to do so, you may continue the heart breath and or the spiral breath as we answer your questions. We are ready for your first question.
Thank you. Our first question is from Natalie. Hello, my Blue Healer friends. What is the deeper spiritual or energetic significance of my daughter's fascination with the 2, 3, 5 sequence? What is her sweet little soul communicating through her fascination? She's been saying the sequence of numbers since she was about 1.5 years old. She is 3 now. With love, thank you.
We are so truly fascinated by the children in your world, and we want to mention a few things about human children in general before we address this question directly. Children in the human world, for a period of time, maintain memories of their experience between lifetimes and from lifetimes. In addition to that, they have access to a vast amount of information related to the DNA that comes from each of their parents. Children on your planet are treated with an interesting level of care. For some humans, some human adults, this information is already understood, and there is a level of sacred interaction that happens between parents and their children, or simply adults and children in general. For each of you in this space right now, take some time in the near future to examine your thoughts about children. How do you feel about children? How do you interact with children? And what old beliefs and patterns still exist for you about children? was not long ago when it was the collective reality that children were silly, that children were living in a fantasy world, that children produced a lot of nonsense, and that their play was simply out of the fact that they had not been trained to be like adults. This erroneous information is something that creates uncomfortable comfort within adults around children. It allows adults to feel a sense of order and structure around the need for children to have order and structure. This is true for children. They do, on some level, require order and structure in order for parents to simply get through the day, for parents to make sure that children are safe in a 3D world where survival is still the operating command of most people. Children, however, have this beautiful element of allowing adults to remember connection to 5D. And so, if there are some in this space who have challenges with connecting to 5D or with their extra dimensional starseed origins, look to children for a doorway into that possibility for you. And so, if you do not have an opportunity to be around children, there are many avenues through which you can experience childlike wonder through your television. It need not be a situation that is based in what you would call reality. There are many children's programs that allow adults to have an experience of the open hearted nature of the child who still lives between the worlds, lives between the 3D experience and the extra dimensional reality that is all around you. Take this as an opportunity to begin to understand your own connection to extra dimensional reality a little bit better. For those of you in this space who have children, maybe for some of you, your children are still young. If that is the case, begin to bring mindfulness to the parenting experience and your observation of your children. Whether children have grown up or whether they are young, your children still offer information to you that is something only they can see because they are outside of your habits and patterns to some degree. And for some of you, you will find that your adult children have bought your habits and patterns so deeply and completely that they are you outside of you. And for those of you who are delighted by that observation, kudos to you. For those of you who are cringing a little within you of the reality that what you have created in your children is maybe not exactly what you had envisioned for them when they were born, that is okay. Bring love, connection, and a sense of coherence to your own heart around the limitations that you have within you that maybe you have unconsciously created in your adult children. Nobody in this space is judging you but you. For those of you with access to young children, because you are a parent, you are a relative, you are an educator, you work in a place where you interact with children, Or maybe you have grandchildren. How blessed an opportunity has presented itself to you because you now get the opportunity to experience within your heart the expansiveness of the love and deep connection of a child to itself. If you are living in the beautiful experience of parenting young children and you are struggling with the parenting experience or simply struggling with day-to-day activities, it is important for you to take a few moments every hour or every 30 minutes to breathe into your heart, to remind yourself that you are whole and complete, and that your heart, your brain, and your belly are in a state of coherence. The fastest way to access this level of coherence is through breath practice, or meditation, or exercise, or simply pausing for a moment to explore the beauty in front of you and how it lives within you. For the person who asked the question about numbers and the child, we recommend that you sit in a comfortable position and you continuously do the spiral breath for the individual numbers the child is saying aloud. Only you can know how many repetitions of the spiral breath you will do. So, for example, if you focus on the number 3, you will begin the spiral breath from 8 to 1, and then the next breath will be 8 to 2, and the next breath will be 8 to 3. Because 3 is one of the numbers that you are curious to know more information about, we recognize that it is your child saying the numbers, but we are telling you that you will take this practice within yourself. Focus the spiral breath on the number 3 for as many times as it takes for all the tension in your body to be released. And so, as you continue to focus 8 to 3 and 3 to 8, memories may emerge, tension in the body may emerge, thoughts and feelings may emerge. Simply observe them and continue the spiral from 8 to 3. Once you feel a sense of heart expansion, once you feel that your belly has expanded in the energy center 3, move on to the next number. However, do not bypass the energy centers in between. Allow only one breath for 4, if 5 is the next number upon which you will focus. So you will breathe in 8 to 3 for numerous repetitions, then one time 8 to 4, and then you will focus 8 to 5. The spiral breath from 8 to 5 will then bring about another round of information from your body. Thoughts may emerge, sensations in the body may emerge, memories, dreams, experiences, your child may emerge in your thoughts. Simply continue the spiral breath from 8 to 5 until you feel the fifth energy center begin to expand, until you feel your heart begins to connect to the fifth energy center in expansion, until the thoughts float away, the sensations in the body subside, and then you can move on to the next energy center in the same pattern as we have described. The final breath you will do is from 8 to 1 and 1 to 8. This is a cleansing breath that allows the spiral to draw into the spine and to release everything you experienced in this wonderful exploratory breath practice. So, today, what we are saying is it is not for you to try to figure out what is going on for your child. Instead, your child is offering information to you. And by doing the breath practice, you may find that information comes to you about the meaning of the numbers, the child's purpose with you and on this planet, and your own purpose in relationship to the child. Allow this to be a fun exploratory process. If there is tension, if there is stress, simply release the practice and go about your day. Come back to it when you are able to feel a sense of love and connection for yourself and for the experience that you are having with the breath practice that we have recommended. Only you can know your comfort level with the experience. If you are comfortable doing the practice, do it. If you are uncomfortable with the practice, skip it. Only you can know what the answers will be when they come to you. We recommend writing them down so that you can go back and look at what you have written at a time when your cognitive abilities have emerged a little bit more strongly from the meditative space of the breath practice. We will take your next question.
Thank you. Next question is from Andrea. Dear Blue Healers, from your insight and knowledge base about life on Earth, is it possible for a being to bring themselves into alignment and release dis-ease on their own, regardless of the condition? Or do human beings sometimes require help from others, such as medical professionals? If we do sometimes require help from others, can you share any advice on how we can know when to ask for help and from whom? Thank you.
This is an excellent question because, as we have described from the very beginning of our time communicating with you, is that life as a human being is a collaborative effort. For some of you, it provokes thoughts of being at work, sitting around a table, sharing ideas, and producing collaboration as a method of ticking off a box in the corporate environment for, yes, we have done this. Instead, expand the horizon of your idea of what collaboration means in the human experience. Illness is information. Illness of any kind is information. It is the greater part of the universe, the information from the quantum field, sifting down through the many layers of the 3D experience, and it is talking to you from you as part of you. So many of you who have illness, discomfort, dis-ease, if you are in a human body, we assure you, you have illness, discomfort, dis-ease, and lack of coherence. It is part of the beautiful knowingness of the 3D human world. So, yes, many of you will need medical intervention. That is information that goes into the body to reinform the cells of health and wellness. It also is information to remind you that collaborative efforts on your planet produce love and coherence only so long as you allow collaborative efforts to produce love and coherence. We have been observing your kind for much time. And for us, it has been an exploratory time and evolution of information of the complexity of what it means to be human. As you know, we are not human. We do not have 3D experiences, except when we willingly and knowingly allow ourselves to tap into the vibrational frequency of what you are experiencing. In healing sessions, so now we are talking about the energetic and vibrational collaboration of wellness. In healing sessions, we aim to raise the vibrational frequency from whatever it is you are experiencing to that of love and coherence within your heart, connected to your mind, and connected to your belly. It is important again that you notice that the coherence between the brain, the heart, and the belly is where you will perhaps produce the most rapid results in coherence, in a state of coherence within your body. The more you produce a sense of coherence within the energy centers, the faster you connect to the quantum field, and the more you breathe space into the tension and discomfort in your body, the more apt you are to receive messages from the quantum field that will then go through your nervous system, your neural network that not only connects your spine and your brain with information that relates to your thought processes, but also to the quantum field. Your neural network is directly connected to the quantum field. In addition, there is a misconception that your neural network stops where your skin stops. Your medical system is a little bit limited that way. And it is necessary for that limitation so that neurologists can understand one system within the body. It is a limitation from our perspective because in your breath practice, you are moving from just having neural information from your brain to your body to connecting your neural network to the quantum field through your spine to then allowing your neural network to expand outside your body through the myriad energy centers in your 3D physical form to go out to collect and receive information from the 3D world around you. So while you are receiving information from your doctor, it goes into your brain, it goes down through your nervous system, and the information goes out into your 3D body. Perhaps you receive information that makes your heart feel a sense of connection. That is right for you. Allow yourself to take in that information and use it as a way of expanding your heart, expanding coherence. And perhaps you will receive medication. Allow yourself to make the choice within you. How will this medication inform me? And so medication is a very complex, if not tiny, bit of information that goes in through the mouth, in through the skin, in through a needle. This information goes into your body. Bring this information in with love, with connection, with coherence. Maybe neural pathways within your body have gone dormant due to habits and patterns, due to DNA expression that is creating dis-ease or a lack of harmony within you. Perhaps then the medication with love creates a way for those neural networks to be reinformed, to be reignited in love, to allow sensory changes within your body, to allow sensory changes within your mind. Maybe medication with love is the one thing that will open a doorway that may not have opened otherwise. And so you are given a lot of information in your 3D world. Doctors provide information. Collaborate in a way that works for you. Pharmacists provide medication based on information from doctors. Medication can provide information to you by creating love and coherence. We understand in your world that your medication has a big story around it because of a financial system in place that produces the need for a financial compensation for the medications that are on your market and that you receive. Keep in mind that you have an opportunity to bring love to all things, to bring love, joy, and connection to your medication, to take it with a vibrational frequency of love. Does that change the reality of the story around the medication? Perhaps it can for you. Only you can know. And so then you are collaborating in the 3D world by embarking on the exploratory journey of, will other modalities in the 3D world assist me? Maybe you use red light therapy, massage, acupuncture, breath work, bow therapy. There are many, many, many 3D options for which you can produce an experience outside of yourself and within yourself. Which ones come to you from the heart? Which ones, when you experience them or consider experiencing them, produce an expansion of the heart? Those opportunities may be choices that you will choose. And in doing so, here you are collaborating again, collaborating with another practitioner, collaborating with the thoughts and the ideas that surround the modality of healing, collaborating with perhaps thousands of years of information about the meridian system and why acupuncture works. And so there you are collaborating in a dance with ever more information. How fun is this experience for you? It should be fun. It should be opening your heart and creating coherence. It is a little like watching television in the human world, only you are creating the patterns before your eyes. You are closing your eyes sometimes and saying to yourself, this modality of massage is creating something within me. How can I use this experience in a positive collaboration to create wellness within me? If it does not create wellness within you, why are you embarking on that experience? Allow yourself to open your heart. Allow yourself to say to yourself, what is it that I need to do in this moment? And if massage, if acupuncture, if complementary modalities do not bring joy, love, and connection, move on to try another one, or simply sit in meditation and breath practice and try none of them. These opportunities before you create for you an opportunity of love and connection within you. If you can embrace the experiences of complementary modalities in a way that brings love, that collaboration could be a fun way for you to produce coherence within you. Otherwise, it is only for you to choose and decide what works best for you. And in addition to that, nobody outside of you is going to know the best practices, the best complementary practices for you. We are ready for your next question.
I believe this next question is very similar to the last question, but may deserve some clarification. Anne from New Zealand. asks, many women on Earth experience great concerns about their health, in particular fear of breast cancer. We are encouraged to get regular mammograms to check for breast cancer. I'm wondering if this checking makes any sense at all, whether or not we should instead focus on our ability to heal ourselves, keeping ourselves healthy in the first place, and whether or not surgery or other medical interventions are necessary. I appreciate your advice. Thank you.
This is an extension of the previous question, and we thank you for coming to us and asking questions about wellness. Before we answer this question, we would like to describe for you a recent experience we had. Many of you attend and experience energetic healings in groups. And in that vibrational frequency, perhaps many people gather together. It is in these spaces where we are most in our own element, which means that we as healers have, we as healers are most effective in what we have to offer when it comes to spaces such as these, where we are boosting and bringing the energy frequency higher within the room, within the individuals, within the space, so that you can be in a state of coherence for a deeper and longer period of time. This energy frequency in your minds, in your linear minds, may make it sound like the vibrational frequency of illness is lower, and to some degree that is true. It is also true, however, that living in a 3D body means that there is a density whereby the vibrational frequencies we transmit hit a substance where the vibrational frequency slows down in order to inform the cells, the tissues of the human body. And so it is a little bit like trying to speak underwater. Aside from the 3D limitation that the human is not really designed to speak underwater with its mouth, you can speak underwater, yet there is distortion. There is a different quality to the communication. That is true for what happens when our vibrational frequency hits the 3D world, the 3D human body. It is when you, as humans, sink into a breath or meditative practice, allowing the brain, the frequencies within the brain, to change, that the information or the vibrational frequency that we send to you through the quantum field in your spine goes out through your neural network, extending to you and through you to everyone else in the space, that you sense the freedom of the vibrational frequency at which we exist. This is why some of your kind have an increase in speed in the vibrational frequency of health and wellness. This is why so many of you choose to experience the vibrational frequency of health, wellness, coherence, and love in group settings. And now we will discuss the story of the human being. As we have mentioned in previous channelings, the human being has a story. Each individual human has a story. This is representative of a collection of experiences the individual has had throughout lifetimes, throughout timelines, from information that comes in from starseed origins, that comes in from information from the planet itself, and those within which the individual has chosen to take birth. Family systems impact the information and the story of the individual, culture, religion, and simply the thoughts and the evolving mind of the individual itself. And so here you have a complex organism of a very interesting kind. First of all, we would like to remind you that the magnificence of this form that you have chosen and the story that you have written for yourself through time and space is so fascinating, and you should see yourself as such. A fascinating and interesting, complex human being. No other human being on your planet is 100% like you, not even 50% like you, maybe not even 1% like you. That makes this expression of you unique to your planet. And that itself is a miracle, using a word as you might describe it. And so, some of you have manifested or developed illness within you, and you are struggling within your bodies. You are struggling with the collaborative efforts that are around you. You are struggling with your thoughts. You are struggling with feelings such as anger, sadness, hatred, revulsion, shame within you that is associated with an illness that your body may be experiencing. We assure you this illness does not extend to the soul within you. And so, as a human with an illness, you have many choices. And these choices produce collaborative efforts for which you have the opportunity to bring love. So, for example, many of you who are ill are having an experience with a doctor. When you are going to your doctor, how do you feel? Do you feel a sense of love and connection? Do you dread it? Do you feel a sense of fear? Do you feel that you want to bolt the second you get there? Do you feel that this doctor is wrong? Are you fighting the information? All of these details are literally just information for you. Your task in every opportunity presented to you, whether it is illness in the form of breast cancer, whether it is whether or not to do a mammogram, whether it is how you interact with your doctors, the most important thing you can do is to communicate with your heart, to bring love and space into the experience you are having, regardless of whether or not you are there. So if you are in fear of your illness, perhaps as the questioner said, in the form of breast cancer, breathe love and connection into the experience to the best of your ability. Breathe love and connection into your doctor experience and the collaborative effort there. Breathe love and connection into the medications, into the hospital experiences, into the surgeries. Breathe love and connection into where you are in every moment. Breathe love, connection, space, and light. Expand your heart. As you are sitting there having a mammogram, which we understand is what most women would describe as uncomfortable, breathe love and connection into that part of your body. Allow your breast, as it is having an experience, to bring love and connection to you and your body. Your love and connection is greater than your pain. Your love and connection is greater than your illness. Your love and connection is greater than whatever you think this illness is within you. And so, if any of you are feeling ill, if any of you are experiencing 3D symptoms, go about the things that are needed for you in the moment, bringing love, coherence, connection, more space, more expansion in your heart. Bring coherence into the experience you are having. Bring joy into a doctor's office. Maybe you need to bring flowers to the receptionist. Maybe you need to bring some small gift or gesture to your doctor. Bring love, connection, and coherence to every experience you are having. It is not about whether or not it is the right thing to do, for only you can know. It is about bringing love, connection, coherence, space within you to every moment, every collaborative effort, and every experience you are having to do with your illness. Humans write a story of their lives, and within that story, you create your very own timeline. Understand that you are an infinite being, that the experience as a human is a very short one from our perspective, and that if your timeline is shorter than you wish to have, bring love, expansion, and coherence into your timeline. It resides within you, within this story that you have created from the many experiences you've had in this life and in others. Take for a moment in every day to consider how remarkable it is that you are here in this one expression of you and only you, of this one story of you and only you. You are not a victim of your story. Instead, you are a co creator. You are a collaborator. And maybe it is the story you have written has already gone to press. And if that is the case, see what you can do to bring love, coherence, and connection to the storybook that you are holding in your hands. For some of you, your story has not gone to press. It is still in the ideation and the formation. You still have influence over either one of these options. The story that has gone to press, the story that is still in the ideation phase. Give yourself a lot more credit than you ever believed possible for bringing love and coherence into your life, into your heart, into your body, into your cells. The violet people have asked if they can come into your space. If this is agreeable to you, for those of you requiring healing or not, you can give them permission through your mind. Permission is not required. If you do not wish to have them in your space, simply make it clear that you do not wish to have them in your space. We are interpreting their message. Please give us a moment. They say that as they are beings who exist both in 3D and 5D, they still experience some things within their bodies that you might describe as illness because of the nature of their evolution, where they are in the in between stage, and some humans are achieving that stage. They are saying that the more you can sense and feel yourself in the quantum field, with the intention of healing something specific, the more accuracy you will have with the results that you wish to produce. In their world, they still have those in professions we would call doctors, and they still have substances that we might describe as medication. And this information comes to you as a way of producing understanding and comfort in knowing that the experiences of the medical community have value even for their kind. And so they dance between 3D reality and 5D expression, and their planet is also exploratory in nature, where they look to other extra dimensional beings for guidance, just as you are doing today. The avoidance of the need for perfection is something they highly recommend. Perfection is a function of the mind. And the reason they have been able to transcend the 3D experience, and they now live between the two worlds of 3D and 5D, is because they allowed their brains to release the need for perfection and control, which is directly related to the 3D human need for survival. Your planet has changed so much over the course of time that the illusion of survival is still so much a part of your stories. And that they recommend it could be a fun opportunity for you in your experiences of meditation and breath practice to explore how the discomfort, disease, disorder, and psychological conditions in particular are related to your need for survival. This illusion, the need for survival, is the key to humanity's evolution from 3D to 5D. And the violet people also say that those with psychological disorders who are aware of psychological disorders within them are more closely on the cusp to that transition than those who are not aware of how their psychology is an impediment to their wellness and evolutionary process. They also recommend and embrace everything and every experience that you have and allow yourself to dialogue with the challenges within you. Your mind is not a singular thought process. There are many yous within you. Find the strength of each you within you and allow that part to assist the others when needed. And so, the violet people today act as the mechanics of the human vehicle where they are attempting to open pathways within you that are preventing messages to get where they need to be. So be sure that you are breathing space into areas of tension, dis-ease, and discomfort right now for the time that they are with you. If you need to focus your breath, simply do the spiral breath from 8 to 1, 1 to 8, and that will produce the same results. We are ready for the next question.
We are well past the hour. Would you like another question or shall we end here?
We shall end with a breath practice. With your eyes closed, if you have chosen to allow the violet people into your space, focus on the spiral breath from 8 to 1 and 1 to 8. Please do so at your own pace. Allowing the energy of the spiral to draw tension, dis-ease, discomfort into the spiral. Allow that energy to release with the exhale with a spiral from 1 to 8. Continue to allow the breath and the spiral to draw discomfort into the center. You may wish to give some direction to the energy in your body. For example, if you have pain in your body, you may, with your intention, ask the spiral to draw that specific pain into the center. You may have a disconnect in your nervous system. You may wish to ask with your breath that you draw in to the spiral that which creates disconnect, that you draw in with the spiral information of a connected nervous system, information of healthy cells. As you breathe in and as you release, release that which is no longer needed in your body. And on your next inhale, breathe in 820 in a spiral. Release 0 to 9 and continue the breath from 9 to 0 and 0 to 9 at your own pace. And resume your natural breathing, scanning your body. This completes our session for today. The violet people recede from the space. The blue healers recede from the space. We wish to thank you for your time here today, your thoughtful questions, your interest in our work, and for bringing your beautiful hearts into a state of coherence within yourself and with everyone in this space. We truly appreciate you and all you are and all you are doing for yourself and humanity. Thank you again for being here in this beautiful space. I appreciate each of you. Sending you with love. I understand that Jan Wakefield and Jan Wakefield Professional Healer, DBA, Jan Wakefield Awakened, will own the copyrights to the recordings and all materials created or distributed in connection with these channelings, sessions, and workshops, and that no personal recording devices or cameras are permitted inside the channelings, sessions, or workshops. Any reproduction or distribution of any such materials to third parties without the express written consent of Jan Wakefield is prohibited. I hereby grant Jan Wakefield and Jan Wakefield Professional Healer, DBA, Jan Wakefield Awaken, the right to reproduce in any manner whatsoever, without compensation, any recording of my presence during this channeling, session, or workshop. I assume full responsibility for my reception and use and results from the materials connected with this in any way. Channeling, sessions, and workshops. I assume full responsibility for my reception and use of and results from the materials connected in any way with this channeling, session, or workshop. And I understand that Jan Wakefield and Jan Wakefield Professional Healer, DBA Jan Wakefield Awaken, is responsible only for the orderly presentation of the channelings, sessions, and workshops, and that I am voluntarily responsible for my own participation in channeling, sessions, and workshops, and for my own well-being. I hereby acknowledge and I have read the channeling, sessions, and workshops guidelines fully. I understand them. And by attending a Jan Wakefield channeling session or workshop, or signing below, I agree to be bound by their terms and conditions. I certify that I am 18 years of age or older, and I accept the channeling, sessions, and workshop guidelines at my own free will.